We're back in Southeast Portland, continuing progress on our tile job here. Last we were here, I was placing the cement dry pack for the shower pan. We gave that a couple days to dry and then applied the rest of the Schluter-Curdy waterproofing system. I prefer this system over others because placing the waterproofing on top of the concrete work doesn't give the water anywhere to go. It has nowhere to be trapped and it'll escape to the drain. A couple of details I really love about this system is that you can do the walls first, then the pan, vice versa. You can apply the banding after the walls and pan are done. So as long as you have your minimum 2-inch overlap, the system is waterproof. I also like to apply a bead of what's called Curdy Fix along the top of some of the seams, just as a sort of an extra step, just to make sure that I can sleep well at night. I really like using the dry pack shower pans because it really creates a really strong substrate. There's absolutely no deflection, and also helps me sleep well at night. Our next step is going to be templating this space for large format porcelain. So I've created the template here. I'm going to go ahead and drop it in for you. All right, so our tile is going to sit tight up against these two sections. So we've left about 1/16 of an inch for expansion. And then it's going to be broken into 3 pieces. One large piece in the middle and then 2 wings to go with the slope of the shower pan. Once we had our templates completed, we took the material and the templates off-site and did all the fabrication so that the subs on this job had a little bit more room to work. This is a look at one of the pieces going in the master. This is the largest piece that we have going in. Typically, I would recommend dry fitting what you can. In this case, I will not be dry fitting this piece because I'm a little worried it may break. Pieces like this that have angles to them and are a little easier to handle, definitely give them a dry fit and make sure that it meets all the criteria. This lends to the importance of your template being very accurate, so you really need to factor in grout joints, any expansion joints around the slab that you want. We have a kind of a cool detail going in with this slab, and if you can tell, there's a little notch here. So we will be placing a U-channel, and there will actually be a glass panel that sits in that U-channel, and the U-channel will allow the glass to go in without any clips or any penetrations through the shower pan. Here's a quick look at that U-channel I was explaining to you guys. So it's a pre-made piece from Schluter. It accepts a 3/8 piece of glass. This will actually get set underneath the tile in thin set. There will be a glass panel going in here, and the entry to the shower will actually be here. So part of the criteria for the shape of the pan was wanting the entrance to the pan being flush, so there's nothing to kick or stub your toe on. So having that curbless approach from 2 sides was part of the criteria. I also really wanted to get a good bond between the concrete and my waterproofing. So I did a really nice bead, again, of Curdy Fix here to minimize any water penetrations. So we are applying our back butter notch. First we clean the back of the tile for any dirt and debris. And then we applied a flat scratch, or it's called burning in the thin set. Now we're applying a 1/4 inch notch to the back of the tile. This is going to ensure that we have a proper bond. Now that we have our tile slab prepped with thin set, we're going to do the same application to the shower pan. Now I'm going to scratch the thin set in and apply a 1/2 inch notch to the shower pan. Once the shower pan is prepped, we're going to use suction cups to carry the tile into place, rest it gently on this piece of wood, and position ourselves carefully to lower the tile into place. Lift the bottom a little bit, butt it into the channel. Now that we have the tile in place, I'm going to use my suction cup to create a little bit of leverage and move the slab perfectly into position, making fine adjustments with my hammer. Now that the tile is where I want it position-wise, I'm going to take my tamping tool and slowly work the air pockets out of the slab. Now that I've got the air pockets removed, we're ready to fit our next piece. We're going to take our smaller winged piece, back butter the tile, put a notch on that, and also scratch in our thin set to the shower pan and put a notch down. Now we're going to carefully bring the tile and set it into place, being very, very cautious about the corner and not to break it. Now we've got the tile in place, we're going to slowly shift it left and right and tamp it to collapse the ridges in the thin set and chase out the air pockets. And I'm going to tighten my spacers slowly and make sure that I've got no lippage between the two tile surfaces and it's perfectly flat along the top edge. The last thing I'm going to do today is install these clips, so when we come back to set this last piece, we're ready to go. I decided to leave this piece out so that we have the ability to work around this slab. We're going to give this slab an opportunity to dry, and then I can stand on it and set this last piece. Thank you guys so much for joining. We'll catch you next time.